We lived in a calm and quiet suburb where everyone knew each other. Our life there was peaceful and predictable, which was something that we loved. That is, until Morris moved in next door. From the moment he arrived, there was something very unsettling about him. He kept to himself, worked night shifts, and drove an old, beat-up car overflowing with junk. His peculiar behavior was a topic of whispered conversations at neighborhood gatherings. At first, I thought nothing of it. Everyone has their quirks, I guess. But then strange things began to happen. Late at night, I'd see him digging in his backyard under the dim glow of a single bulb. And once I heard suspicious, muffled cries coming from his house. I tried to rationalize it, thinking maybe his TV was on too loud or he was just an eccentric night owl or something. One evening, things took a dark turn. I saw Morris dragging a heavy stained bag towards his car. I was trying to be a good neighbor, so I offered to help him with the bag. He reacted with panic, mumbling something incoherent about cleaning his garage before speeding off. The look in his eyes and the way he left really quickly set off alarm bells in my head. I shared my concerns with my wife, but she brushed them off as overactive imagination. But still, I kept having this nagging feeling that something seemed very wrong about him. A few nights later, the cries returned, louder and more desperate. That night, there were some shadows coming from his living room, casting strange shapes on the walls. My heart pounded as I watched from my window, unable to shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. My hands were shaking when I decided to call the police to report what I had been seeing. They arrived quick and knocked on his door, but there was no response. I guess they too felt that something was wrong here because they decided to break in. It took them a while, but eventually they found a young woman tied up in the basement. She was terrified and she looked like she's been through so much in there. Turns out she was abducted from a nearby town and had been missing for weeks. Of course, Morris was arrested on the spot and the woman was rushed to the hospital right away. What happened sent shockwaves through the neighborhood. Our quiet suburb was now a crime scene and everyone was in disbelief. I couldn't stop thinking about what might have happened if I hadn't trusted my instincts and called the police. This bizarre experience taught me an important lesson: always trust your gut. Sometimes what seems like paranoia can actually save someone's life. Our peaceful suburb was changed forever, but the young woman was safe, and justice was served.